Hello everyone, xHedra here bringing you episode 9 of Galactic Science, a mod pack by Kathleen. So in the last episode, I started setting up this wall for my crafting command center and I finished it. Also down here, I dug up this whole place so that I'd be able to start setting up more automation down here. And then in my final time lapse, I started building this. And the reason I built this is that building the Tier 2 rocket's going to take some time, and we're going to be making parts as we go. And this is basically the best setup of the same layout that I could make. So that once we complete parts, I'll just be able to fill them in right here so that we see how close we get to finishing this. I just wanted to see if I have some chests. I also want to put some chests down where I'll be keeping everything that I'm using for my crafting of everything that we need for that tier 1 rocket, tier 2 rocket, sorry. So I'll be putting down this crafting table right here and these 2 chests right there because I'm going to start accruing the resource. The resource that we're going to need, oh my god, there's so many of them. So let's go down here and look at them. So this is the list of what we're going to need. The tier 2 rocket is going to require, oh, just one second. Sorry. I was on the wrong page. Okay, the Tier 2 rocket's going to require 1 nose cone, 10 heavy duty plate Tier 2, 2 Tier 1 booster, 4 rocket fins, 1 Tier 1 rocket engine, and then I decompose all of that on page 2 for the what's needed for the nose cone, for the heavy duty plate, the rocket fin, like everything, and then I broke that down again in order till everything to the last detail. So as you've seen, this is a lot of material. Okay, but we're going to need to get it all, and for that, we're going to have to start really automating resource, because if you look at this here, and, sorry, I just noticed I don't have any extraction from here. Do I still have an extraction node? Yeah, I do have an extraction node right here. I have to put this in right here, and this is going to start giving me resource. Sorry, so as you saw from the list, I need so much stuff. Like the 76 aluminum ingot, I only have 16 right now. 57 copper ingot, I only have 15 of those. 37 tin ingot, no tin in here. Do I have tin in here? 10 tin right here and another couple of tin here. Let's put the tin right there. What else did I have on me? Nothing else of importance. Okay, so 22 tin. So sorry, I banged something by mistake. So 22 tin when we need 37. So that's the one we're closest to, but we're not even there. And the Raw Meteoric Iron. So the Raw Meteoric Iron is interesting because the only way you get them is by breaking down these fallen meteor. But we know that when we take these, and I'm going to take that one out right now, when we take these fallen meteor and break them down like this, it gives us iron. But there are some all over the moon outside, and those are the one that we're going to need, because when we break those down, then we get the raw meteoric iron that I was talking about. For that, we can either use a diamond pickaxe, or we can make some shears from the unstable ingot. That was a tip and trick from actually from Duncan Webb, because breaking them down with a diamond pickaxe takes forever. But if we use these unstable ingot, we can craft this right here. Where is it? These shears. Okay, and we're going to need some angel block for that, which are crafted from gold, obsidian, and feather. And the feathers are pretty easy to make. We're going to need 4 feathers, so we're going to need 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4. 32, sorry, 32 water, and 6 times 4, that's 24 nitrogen. Let's just check if I have the nitrogen. Yeah, I do have the nitrogen, so let's make those quickly. Let's just grab 1 stack of this, 1 stack of oxygen, and 1 stack of hydrogen. Let's synthesize the water first, so H2O. And we're going to make 32 H2O. Going to record it in the book, might as well, because once we start automating stuff, we're going to need to have the recipe in the book. And then if we go like this, Then it was 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Yeah. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4 feather. And let's also record those for automation purpose later if we need to. Then we need 2 gold, 1, 2. And we need 2 obsidian, 1, 2. And let's grab the unstable ingot. And let's craft the angel block. So angel block. Where is it? Nope, this is the angel upgrade. I don't see the angel block right here. Perfect, so that's 2 angel block, and now 2 angel block like this with 2 unstable ingot gives us precision shear. And let's go upstairs. I don't know if it's day yet. I think it's day, so we should be okay. So let's go outside. We're going to have a couple of spider to kill because this thing, oh, it is not day. And there's creeper about. So let's just make sure that the creepers are not coming too close. And do you see this right here? Shift right click, voila. And if you look in my inventory, 1 raw meteoric iron. So we need 18 of those. So we're going to have to go and pick those up, preferably once it's day, because don't want to be taking that risk right now. As part of my list, I said I needed 8 strings, so let's grab the 8 string right now and bring them downstairs. We'll start putting those in the crafting chest for the tier 2 rocket. So 8 string, well, technically the 8 string we don't need. What we need is 2 wool. We need 2 yellow wool, and we'll take care of this just a bit later. So let's put that right there. 1 raw meteoric iron, 2 wools. And as part of my list, as we go down through episode, I'll update the list to show you what we have left. Okay, so now we really need this automation to be working faster than this, because if I look in here, see some more aluminum, some more iron, some more copper. Got all of these broken elements that are not being crafted, are not being transformed in any way, and this is just accruing there when I have all of these barrels set up for them. So we're going to take care of all of this, and the way I want to do that is I want to automate everything. So we have a crafter tier 1 here, which we crafted, and we have a tier 2, I think it's upstairs. So let me just run upstairs and grab it. But we have one upstairs, and the one that we have upstairs is a tier 2, I believe, because it was the quest reward. Like, we crafted a tier 1 and it gave us a tier 2. Also, in my list, if you noted, let me grab this and the crafter tier 2. Also grab the rocket fuel and the filled fuel canister. So hopefully you guys have received, by now you either have the rocket fuel tank or filled fuel canister. There's no reason you shouldn't have those, but I'll show you later how to craft them. As part of my list, I didn't put them as a list item because, like, you're supposed to have some, just like the tin canister that we need. We need 1 tin canister. Well, with all the food that we have, you should have 1 by now. So I'm just going to put 1 right here, and let me check first what it can be used for. If I press R, it's going to be used for heavy rocket engine. Later down, just the normal engine. Heavy oxygen tank. I don't see any need to craft any soon. So there's a couple. Oh, we're going to need 1 for the fuel loader. I'm glad I checked for that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put 1 in the chest right here. That's the one that we need. I'm going to put this filled fuel canister in the rocket fuel tank. And I'm going to put the other, I'm going to keep 10 for crafting purposes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to decompose these 11. And I have some compressed aluminum here. Filled fuel canister. Anything else in here that I need? Nothing at the moment. So perfect. So I'm going to put this right here, these 5 compressed aluminum and the second fuel canister. I didn't take the third one because I don't really need it. And so the rocket fuel, I don't want to put in that chest because that's my crafting chest. I'll just put the rocket fuel right here so that it's kept close. These 11 canister, we're going to decompose to get some tin. So let me put the 11 canister in here, and that's going to give us a lot of tin. And I forgot to fix my hydrogen supply, so let me grab all of the hydrogen I can, so I can refill this, because as you saw, I was starting to run out of power. Perfect. So these crafter, I want 3 of them. Okay, and to craft 3 of them, let's look at how they're crafted. They're very easy. Basically, to make a tier 1, we need a machine frame, but then we need 2 redstone torch and 2 crafting table. And then the tier 2 is the tier 1 in the middle and 2 redstone, 2 crafting table. And the tier 3, same thing. So we need to bring one from level 0, like make one to tier 3. So we need 3 sets of these. We need to bring a level 2 to 3, so 1 set of these, and we need a 1 to 3, so 2 sets. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 12 crafting table and 12 redstone torch. So let's make that right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's break down a couple of these, and we'll make 12 exactly. I don't need to make too much. And this should give us, no, only 8 stick. One more go is going to give us all of the stick that we need. Yep. And the redstone torches. So again, the tier 1 though, we need a machine frame. And a machine frame is 4 iron ingot, 2 gold nugget, and 2 lapis. So 2 lapis, we're going to need a whole gold and 4 iron. The reason I say we need the whole gold is we're going to break it into nugget. So let's just craft that right now. Perfect. And now from the machine frame, let's make a tier 1 right here. Perfect. From the tier 1, oh, you know what? Basically, it's as easy as doing that. So let me just put this like that and go. These are tier 2. These are now tier 3. This is becoming a tier 2. And oh, this is now becoming a tier 3. And they're not stacking because this one already has some setup done. Let me just check if I have, no, I don't have enough stone. I'm going to start cooking some stone right now because we're going to need it as part of the rest of the quest that rest of the crafting that we're doing today. And oh, I do have some cobblestone floor. I'm going to need that. So the reason I'm going to need that is I'm going to go back downstairs and I want to do some setup around here, but I don't want to put it this far down. So I'm just going to build a false floor right here, 2 down like this, which is going to still give me some space under it. And it's really just to be able to set up some automation machine. I might even take out the floor afterward. Just a question of making things easier to access while I'm doing my setup. So perfect. I have better access like this. And now I can start setting up those crafter. Wait. I forgot one more important step. So we're going to start doing sorting because as I've explained to you, let me come here, and if I take half of this redstone and I throw it in this one right here, it automatically sorts in the right barrel. I want this to go in there. And I could do it with a pipe. Like I could put a node and start piping stuff in here. But I have a way better setup. And my way better setup, let's look at relocation. It's called the mod relocation. It's called sorting connector. We're going to craft a 5 sets of sorting relocator. So we are going to need 1, 2 gold ingot, which we're going to transform into nugget. We're going to need the 5 iron. We already have 7, and we're going to need all of the stone. 20 stone. So let me grab these, and did we craft some more? Yes, perfect. So let's grab these sorting connector for, I want 20 basically. That's it. I'm not going to overcraft because I need my gold and my material for other stuff. So let's keep it that way for now. So I'm going to break this down right here and reclose the gap in the floor. And I'm going to place one right under this also. Like so. And reclose the gap on the floor. And then we can go downstairs. And from downstairs, we're going to connect these. So basically, I'm going to have a column coming down here. And I'm going to go across like this, column coming down here. And oh, how can I do this like that? Perfect. So now these are connected. The beauty of having these connected, let's go immediately. I can already show you what's going to happen. Because these are connected, all I need to do is make this a sorting chest. So with an upgrade, it becomes a sorting chest, and when I open it, I'm going to take the ice out, because the way it works, it only detects new item unless you move stuff. So by hitting Z, it's going to move everything over on the other side. So let's look. 164.50 and 28. If I move everything, all gone, and you see 264.21 and 32. We didn't put the flint anywhere, so let's see, do we have one that has a... Oh, I put it in the one back there, but these one don't yet have a sorting upgrade. So until they have a sorting upgrade, they're not going to go in there. So let me just grab this, and let's put the bone down here, and the next time we make sorting upgrade, we'll upgrade these two. In the meantime, they're just going to accrue in there, and we're probably going to do the same thing with gunpowder that I'm going to put right here, because they're going to stay here until I arrange them otherwise. These I'm just going to put in here, and the ice also I'm going to have to put somewhere just back here because I don't want to be bothered with it. You can also set a chest, and I could have the low level item like this. I get so little of them, I could put them in a chest instead, but for now let's just leave it there for now. So the reason I want to do these connector, this is something that I find truly amazing. So let's go here. Oh, let's go here, and I'm going to need some glowstone torch because I don't want to take any risk. So I'm going to put a chest right here, and I'm going to make this a sorting chest. And then I'm going to click on this chest and use the icon right here. I'm going to set this to priority high. And now stuff are going to start gathering in here because I set it as priority high, so it wants to go here before everything else. But that's not what I want. What I want is to bring my ores in here, my broken ore. So if I look at this and I search broken, these are all of the broken ores we can have. Realistically, we only really have these broken ore. Like, let's not talk about the one that are from netherrack stuff. We're not going to get those for very soon. So you go in here and you say a customizable text-based filter. And then here it explains that you can use star as a wildcard or dictionary lookup with an I don't remember what that's called in English. I have a blank. Exclamation point. And I can separate filters by comma or line break. So let's start with this. I want here broken iron ore. So now that I've set a filter, if I remove all this, I'm going to go back upstairs, and I'm going to start putting things in the chest upstairs. I'm going to grab the broken iron ore. Where is it? Right here. And I'm going to also grab broken gold ore. I'm going to throw everything in that chest, like so, and everything starts disappearing. And when I reorder, the things that disappeared should have gone in here, because if I go downstairs, the only thing that has gone into that chest will be the broken iron ore, just like that. So that's what I want to do. I want broken iron ore, and then I want powdered iron ore, because this is going to be where I put things together. So broken iron ore, powdered iron ore, and then the last one is pulverized, I think. So powdered, those are all the powder, and the crushed, yeah, crushed. Okay, so I'm going to put the crushed, I'm going to put them in order. Crushed iron ore, broken, crushed, and powder. And then I'm going to do this for gold. Broken gold ore, crushed gold ore, and powdered gold ore. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I still need to do tin, silver, copper, aluminum, lead. So I need to type a lot more, but I'm going to do that in the time lapse. There's no reason for you to watch me typing. So now these things are going to come into here, and that's where the crafter comes into play. I'm going to put one crafter here. Ooh, I'm going to need to extend my floor a little bit more, and I'm just going to go one around like so. Like I said, I might remove this whole flooring once I'm done. The point is just to be able to set up the machine easily. And I'm going to put this crafter here and that crafter here. Now I'm going to need some extraction node, but basically I'm going to have filters, and all the broken iron ore is going to extract into here, okay? So broken iron ore is going to go into here. I'm just going to grab one for now, and I'm going to put the one in here, and then I'm going to go recipe and click like this. All of these I want to form a iron ore gravel, so that's how you put the recipe. So all will keep one item. If it's all, it uses all. If it's keep, it always keeps one slot with one in it. And so I'm going to say all because I don't want to keep any in here. This is never going to overflow. And then you can put external, means that once this is crafted, it's going to go in here, or internal, it would put it in here. So you would use internal if you had like recipe 1 needs recipe 2 needs recipe 3, and just put things in it. We're going to put it to external. No filters needed. And then you can remember these. Honestly, I don't want to talk about. I'm not quite sure I understand them. I never had to use them. And then I'm going to hit apply. And this is iron ore gravel. So it's going to craft iron ore gravel. So I'm going to pipe this back up into this chest afterward. And the reason why I'm going to pipe that back up into the chest after is that I'm going to have the same logic to throw things into this chest then, which I'm also going to make a sorting chest, like so. But this one, like now, if I look at, what was it called? Iron ore gravel. This one, I'm going to go here and say in here, I want iron ore gravel. And then I want iron ore sand, but not the dust. So the iron ore sand, why? Because the crushed iron ore makes iron ore sand. And that breaks down once I have this with an ex nihilo hammer. It breaks down into powdered iron ore, which makes an iron ore dust, but that can't be broken down more. It can be smelted. So basically, every time I have a broken iron ore built into iron ore gravel, it's going to go in here, and because of the filter, and again, I'm going to put this one on high priority, it's going to come in here. And this is going to go into the hammerer that I have upstairs. So I'm going to put the hammerer, I'm going to extend this right here. I'm going to put the hammerer right here, so that I'm going to be able to input into in the hammerer here and output out there. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pipes. I'm not going to use the, what's it called, the relocators, because they're too expensive with the extraction node. I'm just going to use just these normal transfer nodes. Although I'm going to need some more transfer pipe. So if I need more transfer pipe, it means I need some glass. Let's put this in, and let's get my 2, I need 4 glass, 1, 2 more. I'm going to get 4 glass. I'm just going to set 2 sets of transfer pipe. So let's go on this side, and I can forget this recipe now and put this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get 4 glass. Now I need 2 redstone. I'm starting to know that recipe by heart. You guys should also know it by heart now. So these, this, and these are going to give me 8 transfer pipe. Now I need my 2 ender pearl. I'm going to need some more stone actually, because this crafting recipe needs stone, which is why I wanted to cook some more. I knew I was going to need some more. Going to need some chest. Going to need some redstone. So 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone. Perfect. So ender pearl, redstone each side, chest in here, stone in there, transfer pipe right here, et voila, 8 of them. So now we can go back downstairs and start piping stuff. Well, before I do that, like I told you guys, I'm going to need to filter stuff. So I'm going to need to filter the input in here, here, and here. I'm going to need 3 filters. The way the filters work, we already crafted one last time. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 for one filter, so 12. And I need 12 stick, and I need 3 strings. So let's go upstairs, grab 3 strings, and while we're at it, let's replace and reload our oxygen, because we're going by the way. Let's go upstairs. I'll get my strings. 1, 2, 3 strings. Perfect. I'm just trying to go as fast as possible because the automated setup, not necessarily the most exciting things to show, but it's so important, and it's so important that you have a good setup to begin with. So like this and the redstone. Oh, I hate when I misclick them and I forget the order. So I have all three now, and which is why it was important to keep all of them. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So aluminum, copper, lead, silver, tin. I don't have any gold here. Gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm missing iron, but iron's downstairs. So let's go downstairs and we'll find the iron. I want to make sure that I put that down in the filter as quickly as possible so that I don't have an issue where they're going to end up in the wrong crafter. So iron, gold, copper, aluminum, tin, lead, silver. So now I can place a transfer node right here and put this in. And now I can throw all of these in here and they'll get all transferred in here. So while we're waiting, oh, already the gold's here. So let's set the second recipe. Oh, not here, sorry, right here. So this is how we set the recipe, not by putting them in the output, and we hit apply. So this I'm all going to do during the time lapse probably, because this is going to take time that we don't need to be wasting. Then we're going to have an output right here and an output right there, because in these we're going to want to bring the crushed result. What I'm going to do, just to quickly set it up a little bit, is I'm going to come right here. I have some crushed and I have one powdered. Okay, well that's not a lot, but that's enough to be able to at least set one filter. Oh, no, I made the jump, but then I went backward. Okay, it wasn't great. So these two, I'm going to set this one, same thing, iron, gold, copper, aluminum, and that's the OCD in me that wants things to be in the same order. And I'm going to put this filter here, and then with that filter I'm going to go powdered, and I'm going to put that filter in here. And the reason we need the tier 3 is that the tier 3 have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 recipe, and we need to have 7 different recipe. So like this, apply. Second one will be gold, third one would be copper, apply. Fourth one would be aluminum, and apply. Perfect. Same things here. Here I'm only going to do this one because that's the only one I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and apply. So now everything's, I'm going to say, kinda filtered. It's not filtered. It's kinda filtered because I only have 1 in that one and I only have 3 in that one. But before I start everything and get everything running fully, I'm going to make sure that it's fixed. So now that we have that, I'm going to go under here and break this one, and break that one, and break this one, and break this one. Now we, oh, wrong one, sorry. This one right here, because now we need to put the extraction node. We're going to extract here, here, and here. And we're going to bring back what it's making into the chest. So right here, like this. Yeah, so this is connecting. This is connecting, and 1, 2, and this is connecting. Perfect. So now, whenever it's going to make one of the items that we want, like when it makes a iron ore gravel, it's going to bring it in here. But the sorting chest is going to bring it in here, because now I'm going to have one extractor right here, and now it's time to go get my automated hammerer. So let's go get the, oh, dirt. And guys, don't worry. As part of the review in the next episode, I'm going to review this whole setup and explain it in more detail slowly. Let me grab that machine right here and let's bring it downstairs. Perfect, like so. Can I make the jump this time? Yes, yes I can. Perfect. So like this, and on the other side I want to extract. So when I put, I don't need filters here because, well, I kind of do. I want to not grab the dust, so I'm going to want some filter actually. Let me throw all of this in here, and what I'm actually going to do is grab 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you how it would work. I put it like this. And now if I put it here, it's not getting extracted. But I'm going to put it in the output slot. It gets grabbed. It goes into this chest. But we didn't see it appear because this sorting mechanism is so fast that it already went in there. But we don't see it here because it got grabbed. And it's here. See? So the transfer node are a bit slow. But it got transferred into this chest, sorted priority in here, grabbed by this transfer node, and put in here. And once that's broken down, it's going to extract and put it back in here. But once it's broken down, it's now going to be crushed iron ore, which is sorted to be in here. Look, crushed iron ore. You need to have the exact name. So when it gets here, it's going to get grabbed by that transfer node and brought in here. And this is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing. It's going to craft into an iron ore sand, which is going to go into the output, get grabbed, brought into that chest. And from the moment that it's in that chest, we didn't see it appear actually, because again, the sorting is faster. It goes into that chest, and it's going to end up in here. So now it seems like it's nowhere, but actually it's in here. Because this pipes the next item ready to put in here. If we had these iron ore gravel, like if we had a stack, the whole stack would be in here first, waiting to be piped in here if that was full. So that's why it's there right now. But that's the setup. That's now has automated all of our ore processing except the cooking. And for the cooking, well, you've guessed it. On the other side there, we're going to have another sorting chest, and we're going to do the exact same thing we just did here, where we're going to bring it into a furnace, cook it, and bring it back in there. But the furnace setup, that's one of the reasons I opened the floor. It's really complicated. As you guys know, for the furnace setup, you need to input from the top and output from the bottom. So I need 4 high. Well, not 4 high. I need a node, a furnace, a node. So I need at least 3 high, and I need the side to be able to input some coal. So I'm going to do that in the time lapse. I just wanted to do the setup with you guys to show you how this was going to get processed. The other thing I'm going to do is add some more Stirling generator just to power this setup. This is not going to take a lot of power because it's not going to be working full time. So basically, this is how this is going to get automatically processed. And like I told you, I'm going to finish the setup in the time lapse with all of the name. And in the next episode, we're going to do a full review of how I set that up during the time lapse. But that's how we're going to start accruing all of the resources that we need for the rocket. Because as you guys have seen, it's a pretty big list of items. So the next thing I want to address for the Tier 2 rocket again. Tier 2, if I come here, for the Tier 1 booster, we actually need yellow wool. And there's no question. It's not a, oh, we'll kind of make wool, any kind of wool. No, it has to be yellow wool. And the way to get yellow wool is with a wool in a dandelion yellow. And dandelion yellow comes from a dandelion or chemical synthesis machine. But this uses a CR, which is a chromium, and some potassium, decay, and oxygen. We don't have chromium yet. The only way to get chromium, from what I know, chromium, yeah, CR, this one, is by decomposing like some Venus ruby ore or some other kind of recipe. There's a very low chance of getting some from nether brick. Ooh, we actually get some from emerald. Okay, so there's 2 ways to actually do this now. I thought there was only one. Let me go back to dandelion. I thought the only way of getting this was with the dandelion, but we could actually make our 2 with crafting. So CRK204, we're going to break down 1 emerald. This is kind of expensive. Oh, we get vanadium, we get beryl. This is kind of interesting. Vanadium is 23, something more to add to the wall. How much is the zinc? 30. So 23 is probably just before the iron. The iron is 26. Vanadium is 23, 26, 25, 24, 23. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, of course. Vanadium goes here. Let's lock it. And I'm going to lock all of them. And the chromium is 24. So This is 25, I'm guessing. Titanium, no, it's 22. Sorry. 22, 23, and 24 chromium. I'm just putting there to be able to lock it, but then I'm going to take it all back. I need some potassium. Where's my K? Got some potassium from the potatoes. So 2 potassium. CrK2O4. Just going to grab one of the CR, and I'm going to show you why. CrK2O4. So we have so much here. 3, 4, like so. And now we're going to craft our very first dandelion yellow. 1, 2, and 4 like this, which gives us the potassium chromate. What am I missing? Oh, I grabbed it, I just didn't grab it. I hate that weird kind of bug. I'm gonna put it in here to record it, and then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to get one dandelion yellow, which I'm going to put in here and analyze. So now you might say, but well, why didn't you make 2, Phil? Like why make only 1 when you know you need 2? Because that's the MineChem way. I like showing the MineChem way, but there's another way of getting it. So now, what's the other way of getting it? From grass. From bone mealing grass. That still works in this pack. And you can make 16 grass block with 1 cellulose, 2 oxygen, and 1 silicon. So 1 cellulose, 1 silicon right here, and 2 oxygen. And let's go right here, like so. So you have to put it in that setup exactly. Silicon right here, oxygen 2 right here. Oh, that put 3, 1 cellulose, 2 oxygen, and we get the 16 grass. I don't know, can I analyze only 1 grass? Yes, so 1 grass, it's the recipe for 16, but the 1 grass gives you the whole recipe. Gotta grab one of these, and I'm going to, I don't know where I want to put the grass. Let me go see outside and I should probably take more than 1 bone meal just in case. If it's day, I'm going to be able to go outside and put down the grass block. I would prefer to have grass outside and not in my base. That actually makes more sense to me. And perfect, it's day. Let me just try and kill the spider. And I said last time that the easiest was to flee from the spider and then kill them as they tried to run toward me. Come on. I wish the killer had worked. I guess that would have been a much nicer, but I probably need to make the range much bigger because as you notice, there doesn't seem to be any near the range of my killer machine, my wooden killer. Probably because it does work and they know. Let's see. Yes, it did work. Look, the wooden sword is damaged. The wooden sword wouldn't be damaged if it didn't work. So let me just finish killing that one. Then we should be safe. And we can put some grass down on the moon. Yeah, grass on the moon. You've seen it all right here, right now on my channel. Grass on the moon. There's probably no way to disable it. That's probably why there is grass on the moon. Like this is a standard vanilla Minecraft thing, so there's probably no way for a mod pack creator to actually turn that off. And 3 more right here. 1, 2, 3. Now let's bone meal this, and voila, we get a dandelion. And since I'm here, I'm gonna get some red dye too. Perfect, and like this. And last one, and grab all of this. So that's why I made only 1. I wanted to show you that this way is also possible. Oh, and I got some pizza. So I can go like this and get the second dandelion that we need. So let's go back inside and continue. I don't want to go too much further with this. It's going to bring us to what I wanted as a beginning. So, oh, I'm full. Let me just put this right there for a second. Let's take these 2 wools, put these 2 wools like this with the dandelion yellow, and voila. So we have 1 part of the quest done. And we have a Domino's special pizza. Okay, so that's basically everything I wanted to cover in this episode. Let's not forget one thing though, is that we're going to make the steel the MineChem way because that's really the least expensive of it. The other thing that we could have made the MineChem way is the bronze. Now if we look at bronze, we can make bronze using 3 copper and 1 tin. That makes 4. or in an alloy smelter, which we don't have, or with 12 copper and 4 tin, which is basically, is it less expensive? 12, 24, 46, 16, 32. You know what? It might be less expensive. I'm going to have to count this properly, but the easy way is this. We can take 3 copper, 1 tin. We go to the crafting table like this, and we get 4 bronze. So that's the easy way. But I really have to count it because now each of these copper give me 16. So if I break down 3 copper, I get 16, 32, 48. But, oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I understand. I was doing times 3, so that's 12, 24, 36, not 48. But actually, I'm making 4 bronze, so I would need 4 sets of this. So 48 also. It's exactly the same price, so there's really no advantage going the chemical synthesis machine way because of the 3000 RF. So we're going to make our bronze this way. I'm going to put that in the chest here also, and I need to remember that we now need 3 less copper and 1 less tin. So basically, I've kind of explained to you everything that we need. Oh, one last thing I want to show you just to make it clear. This raw meteoric iron, it's going to get cooked in here like so. Only if I do have some fuel. Let me just make some more fuel. It's going to get cooked in here. So 1 raw meteoric iron is going to give us a meteoric iron ingot. And the way this works, it's the only one resource that gets compressed 1 for 1. So 1 meteoric iron ingot gets compressed into 1 compressed meteoric iron. So let me just wait for that right now. Et voila. So that's how... Okay, whew, it was an artifact. I thought I had kept it and it was a weird bug. So let's put that in here. So you kind of seen all of the step of what we need to craft and how we're going to do them. This machine is going to see a lot of use. So technically, anytime I have material ready, I shouldn't wait to have all of the material ready. I should always have this compressor full because it doesn't go that fast. And if I just accrue all of the material and do this only at the end, we'll be waiting for hours. So I'm going to go into a time lapse now where I'm going to finish automating the setup downstairs. I'm going to make sure to keep an eye on my hydrogen, and I'm going to need a solution for the hydrogen in the next episode. That's what I'm going to cover in the next episode. But I need to start processing all of these resources because these resources are what's going to fix all of our resource problem. I just want to check one last thing. This is actually something I'm doing without having tested or reviewed before, because this is the one flaw in my processing. These you have to craft like this, but I'm wondering if I go in here and I use the last recipe and I put it here and I go like this. Yes, but see, I don't want it to go in the external. I want to keep it in the internal and go apply. That's brilliant. I didn't know I could process them like that. So fallen Meteor. Let me come here, sorting, and at the end I'm going to say fallen Meteor. Let's just make sure that this actually works. I'm going to add it to the filter also. So that filter right here, and add that to the filter. Put the filter back in. Let's go see if that works, because that's the one piece of the puzzle that on my other playthrough I was always doing manually. I don't know why I didn't think of doing it this way. Oh, yes, I think it worked. So that means I have a complete setup for processing my ores, and it's not here and they're there. Great. So like I said, I'm going to finish setting that up so that we can start getting a ton of resource. In the next episode though, we're going to do a quest. Like, we didn't do any quest today because there was so much stuff to do, but in the next episode we're going to start making fuel, the refinery to make fuel. And the reason we're going to do that is that in case you guys didn't have these filled fuel canister, I want to show you. First, you need to create an empty canister, which is kind of expensive because it's a tin canister It's 6 compressed tin, it's a compressed steel, and it's a glass. So it's really expensive. I'm glad I don't have to make them because I'm gonna have less of a delay. And these tin canister, look at this recipe, guys. 1 tin, you get 2 tin canister with 7 tin. So imagine if you had to make the tin canister. I would need one for here, and one for here. I would need 3, so I would need 14 tin just for this. And for the canister, well, we just saw it would have been an extra 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like, so that would have been super expensive. We're skipping a lot of step by doing that. So what's the biggest accomplishment? The beginning of the setup. So that's where we're going to end. I'm going to continue setting up in the time lapse. I have a solution for my power that I'm going to put in place in the next episode. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to do one thing that I took a big note. So I kind of attributed something to the wrong person. My RR pickaxe, it was fully broken. And if you watch the episode, I dug under here. And under here, there's something called an energy storage module, which is basically where you store energy. But you can use it to put energy in or take energy out to recharge something, like an RR pickaxe. And look at that. It fixes the RR pickaxe. I'm really surprised with that. I didn't know that even in my first playthrough. But the RR pickaxe is so expensive that this is a super important trick. And that trick, it's not from Duncan, it's from Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis recently had a name change, so it's actually from Sounding Fiber 64 _. So man, amazing tip. Keep them coming. I also have your other tips for the aspartic acid and aspirin that I'm going to cover in a future episode. But that one, the recharge of the RR pickaxe, and that's also going to be able to recharge my magnet. That's probably like 2 tips that are going to make a big difference in everyone's episode. Let me look at the magnet. I've been wanting to make a magnet since the beginning. The reason, well, there's 2 reasons. I can't make it because I need to go to Mars. But once I go to Mars, I'm going to craft this magnet because now I have a way of recharging it. But I need the vibrant crystal, which means vibrant alloy. So alloy smelter, we're not there yet, unfortunately. So guys, I'll go into my time lapse, finish setting that up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.